Well, we're continuing on with tortoises now. This story, however, isn't a personal experience. It's an experience with a tortoise that my dad had. My dad's a joiner, which means he fits doors and windows for a living. He works with one of his mates, and they were going to put some windows and doors in one of my dad's friend's house. Now, this friend of my dad owns a tortoise. My dad knew that. However, my dad's friend, who was helping him fit the windows, did not know this. Here's what happened. My dad's friend was fitting in a window and he couldn't quite reach. So he accidentally knocked something with his foot and he thought it was a rock. So he just stood on it and it was able to help him get up a bit more to be able to fit part of the window in. Next thing he knows though, is he suddenly back down on the ground very quickly. What happened? Well, he's pushed this rock down a grid. Now, it wasn't one of those big grids that lead to the sewer, don't worry. I mean, good luck trying to get a rock through that size of hole. Now, my dad realizes that this has happened and he walks over to his mate and says, "What just happened?" And his mate said, "I think I just pushed a giant rock down that grid." And my dad looks down and it is not a rock, it is a tortoise. So, my dad had to get the tortoise out of the grid. Now, this was in the back garden, and so that the tortoise wouldn't interrupt again, my dad decided to take him to the end of the garden. And this is quite a big garden we're talking about. So my dad takes him there, and he just strolls back. He talks to his mate to say that he's put the tortoise at the end so he shouldn't see him again, and then his mate said, "Wait, there's a tortoise by your foot." And my dad said, "Oh, you must have two tortoises then." So when the job was done, my dad decided to ask his friend, "Do you by any chance own two tortoises?" And he said, "No, I only own one." And my dad said, "My God, that's a f***ing fast tortoise." So if there's anything to be learned from this, whenever you're having windows or doors fitted or any building work whatsoever, keep any pets and tortoises out of the way. Otherwise they might end up down a grid or just racing the joiner of the length of the garden.